of PMA LCS. I am Matt2702, joined today by.
I'm Freedom Penguin. Hello.
I'm Jirachi. I'll be
What's
here
going
for
on,
pick
everybody?
ban. Hello.
Yeah. Dude,
Yeet!
how's everyone doing today?
My face is dying because I've been just doing nothing but recital practice for the past week.
Jesus, dude.
Gross. College
Yikes!
Dude,
music.
I am a
being
senior and my recital is in 2 weeks.
dude, shit.
Shameless plug. Y'all should watch the live stream, March
Hey,
25th
wait,
at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
hang
I
on.
I will live stream it on Facebook.
Can I write this down?
Yes.
You said March
I'll
25th.
I'll invite literally everyone in PMALCS to the Facebook event.
Dude, March 25th, 8 p.m. Dude, I'm gonna put it on my Google Calendar.
Nice.
Hey,
Anyway,
All right.
so
Anyway,
the
back
that's
to
the
our actual
homie.
Discord.
the
Um,
teams we got the Paw Patrol versus Dope Band Poppy. Y'all talk us through these teams.
yeah, so I have a little bit more experience watching some of these players. I was casting for Don't Ban Poppy last week, and this is just a team that to me generally looks very strong. I don't know much about Paw Patrol. What about you, man?
I don't know much about Paw Patrol. I got into this casting thing like 2 hours ago.
Dude,
I have
Nice.
nice.
not
Uh,
I
Paw
have not looked up and done my research yet.
Paw Patrol is interesting. My kind of take is Violet Sociocat should play mid, but she's been going support. If like she goes mid, everyone else kind of gets set up to be in roles that fit them. But as is, they have a super strong bot lane. Solid, pretty much just solid solo laners. Like OP has pop off potential, but otherwise they're not really going to carry game. That's going to be that bot lane with Orion facilitating. But we're in picks and bans. Paga immediately banned Vi, Pike, Misfortune, and they didn't ban Poppy.
Wow.
Hold
Oh,
on. Now hear me
wait.
out. There's still phase two, unless they insta-lock
Yeah,
Poppy.
but DBP might just insta-lock Poppy, and with that Jinx pick, yeah, DBP's gonna pick Poppy here, 100%.
Dude, what surprises me the most is we haven't. Oh,
Oh,
Ooh.
Thresh. Okay, this is a great pick actually into the Jinx. Jinx is actually super strong as a hyper carry right now, but the Thresh is a takeaway from Violet Sociocat and is really good into
There it
Jinx,
is.
the immobile AD
Poppy.
carry, and there's the Poppy.
Let's go, dude. Um, something that I'm currently with the new 9.5 patch that I'm really interested to see is if we're gonna see a Kale come out. I know that Kale went through the rework and having played a couple games where like I've been playing and it gets to late game and Kale like fully scales. That shit's not fun to play against. Like she will just tear you up and you feel like you can
Oh
do
lord,
absolutely nothing about it.
Kale Jinx.
Dude,
Oh, if they
that would be
okay, if they actually send Violet Sociocat mid on Kale because Kale is one of her picks. Ooh.
I want to see it, dude.
Blitzcrank! Let's go!
Dude,
Double hook bot
That
lane.
might. Gert plays a lot of Blitzcrank, and the Ezreal immediate counter, that is actually such a good pick into the Blitzcrank, the Arcane Shift, allowing you to stay safe from that hook, even if you get hooked. You hit E at the right time, and it doesn't matter because he's just away. But the Alawi band is what's going to come out next. Huh?
doesn't surprise me. Doesn't
Yeah.
surprise me at all. Now he's stupid strong and I hate it. Nar?
I wouldn't be surprised to see a Malphite ban come out actually on the off chance OP goes top. He could take that. It is his main top lane champ. And that
Yeah,
would that would see
and
a bit of a switch around, but Gert can play Blitzcrank very well actually. And yeah, there's a Malphite ban.
yeah. Something to note is just initially, it looks like Paw Patrol is kind of going for a protect the Jinx comp and just try and like CC everyone just with the peel for the AD
Yeah,
or don't ban Poppy.
it's not even so much a protect the Jinx. It's just a lock everyone down so the Jinx can free hit.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of a roundabout protect the Jinx,
Eh,
but
I mean, it's like
yeah.
it's nuances. But yeah, I think Don't Ban Poppy is kind of going for this. Yeah, this is kind
Yeah,
of what I was thinking. Was
that's
it?
that's a great pick actually. Sion is Gert's main top lane pick. Taking that away is really key actually. It's also just a good pick, and Guy Fieri is a good Sion. So all around,
Mhm.
I think just how this is going to end up putting Gert in the bot lane on that Blitzcrank.
Yeah. So
Especially since
okay.
I don't know if Opie wants to go against John this mid. Especially
Ew.
especially with a blind pick coming up. But Maokai top, okay.
I like that pick.
I
It's tanky, it's beefy, it's
more protection for Jinx, yeah. Hmm. If
I really
Malzahar
think
if Malzahar wasn't banned, I'd say they go Malzahar here, but
I actually am
pro
gonna say that Kale is actually a pretty solid pick because if you
yeah.
think about it,
I
you
want
have.
Ooh, they have 5 seconds left.
I think they lock Kale just
Or
because of
maybe
the
it's
invulnerability
Swain for
and the
Opie.
heal.
Oriana.
Ooh.
Okay, Violet. So that I think that is Violet Sociocat going mid because she plays a ton of Oriana. She is very good at her. Yeah, that's an Oriana pick, and she'll be more or less comfortable going to Jaundice in the mid lane. This is kind of where PAW can show off their flexibility, but Don't Ban Poppy, or the role flexibility. Don't Ban Poppy also have just about as much role flexibility, and that's gonna be the Swain mid, presumably for Jaundice.
Yeah, this
Oh
is gonna
wow.
be. Yeah, this is looking kind of like Don't Ban Poppy's gonna be a 1-3-1, and Paw is gonna be try and engage in team fights like
Yeah.
setup.
I am worried about Don't Ban Poppy's team fight damage. They have a good amount of poke with the Ezreal, but that's the Swain Ezreal as your only damage dealers with double tanks plus a Thresh. That's just not a ton of consistent damage output. Meanwhile, Jinx Oriana is pretty much the definition of consistent damage output in team fights.
Yeah. So and kind of to piggyback off that, um, the like Don't Ban, like you said, they don't have sustain damage. They have poke, but if Paw gets off an Oriana ult or something along the lines of that, Ori ult, Blitzcrank hook into knockup, there's not going to be a way for them to sustain the damage throughout the team fight in order for them to kind of kite away and peel back,
If I want your opinion, I'll
kind
beat
of
it out of you.
fend them off with a lot of disengage from Thresh, Poppy, even Swain. But in terms of how they're going to address this longevity of Paw Patrol has it like on lockdown. So
Yeah.
we've seen fixings.
Cody, what do you think of these comps?
I don't know, man. It is hard to pick. Like they
Are you struggling
Don't
to
Ban
have thoughts
Poppy.
because you just drank some Monster?
Hey, you know what? It's good for the soul. Okay.
Listen, dude, you're gonna make
Uh,
me drink mine now.
No, do not drink the Monster. No, Matt, don't do it. No.
Like based on what I've seen in the last week, just in a bunch of different games, like I want to put it in favor of just whatever side has Jinx. Like just kind of automatically Jinx. So strong. But don't ban Poppy, gobble Poppy.
Yeah.
And
Well,
who knows what's gonna happen with that.
yeah. I mean, I also really want to favor this Jinx because they did pick a comp that can protect the Jinx really well. Or okay, is Sky Fury gonna go mid? Who knows? Well, yeah, we'll figure out who goes where. Oh wait, is Jaundice going support? Okay, we'll just wait. I'm just gonna say we wait to figure out who goes where. I think we figured out pause roles, but DBP, who
Yeah.
knows? Just really, who knows? Making my stats life hell. Jesus Christ.
Feels good.
What do you mean
Feels good,
feels good? It
doesn't
feels really bad.
it?
It's like it's fine.
I gotta say,
Something
with two teleports, it's looked like
Wait, please tell me
TBP,
John this isn't
like-
playing the Poppy. How mad would Frontlash be? Jesus Christ.
oh my god.
That's
But like with two
No way.
teleports already coming in, it looks like they're playing. You know, they'll be trying to kind of control the map. Versus Paw Patrol might just be like, hey, we're gonna run it down mid and do lots of damage and win the game. Which is not necessarily a bad.
Oh, it's StarCraft? Oh, StarCraft might actually be going. The top lane was that the Maokai. Huh. They're putting the Jinx into OP's hands. I'm actually slightly surprised about that because I mean, you want like no, this isn't even a shade at OP. Just StarCraft is just a better AD carry. He's a very good AD carry. OP's really good, but StarCraft is really good. And like
Right.
having your hard carry Jinx in the hands of someone who can hard carry like StarCraft, I would imagine is ideal. But we'll see how OP does on this. This game pretty much comes down to this Jinx, I think. The don't ban Poppy don't have great ways to get on top of her, but if she mispositions once, she is very dead. And
That's
then
true.
pause comp
But,
just falls over.
but like you know, in order to make Jinx successful, you got to have the setup because once it gets late game, she just puts on the rockets and just autos as much as she possibly can. And so if you're able to set it up with a nice engage, which is going to come from StarCraft, he's like kind of their main gauge at this point. Um, then if he can set that engage well, OP can kind of just sit in the back and auto attack, and it doesn't really take any kind of skill to sit there and just click on a few people. And by the time you click 3 times, most people are dead and they're running away. Um, and so I don't mind StarCraft going on to Maokai if he feels like he can set up the fights well, and OP can just kind of sit in the back and not walk into any silly bushes.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So yeah, John, this is going to be taking this is going to be the Thresh support. Interesting.
Okay, I thought they weren't gonna switch, and I was gonna have a
Yeah,
hard
I
time.
was
I
like,
thought we were
okay,
gonna see a Thresh
that
jungle.
yeah, no, A, we're not seeing Thresh jungle. B, Poppy's in the game for DBP. It's front lash taking it 100%.
Dude, but just imagine how awful on a scale of 1 to 10 do you think Thresh jungle would be? It would be. It wouldn't be awful at game.
Probably 3.
It wouldn't. My thing is, it wouldn't be awful at gank capabilities because if you can throw a
But
hook out and you
well,
kind of like if your laner can push them more towards the brush,
it's the
just
same. That's his only gap closer. It's kind of the same deal with why you don't Q first on Lee Sin. It's just
hmm
like that. It's just you can dodge that. Basically, it's just so much more reliable to W in, use your stuff and Q point blank, and also his clear is ass. Like, oh my
yeah,
god, his
yeah.
clear is
Listen,
terrible.
I will 100% agree with that, but it would have been
So
interesting.
yeah, 3 out of 10. Not super strong ganks and terrible clear speed. Literally the two things that jungle is about, and he's bad at both of them. So 3 out of 10.
I don't know if this goes to Chris or whoever, but we have a request to change the stream title.
I can't do that.
So,
F.
Chris, if you're out there, my friend, help.
Help. Send hop, please.
You know, part of me is not okay with it with the title, but it says flaming junglers only, and I have
I
a funny story.
Yeah, so time for us to flame Frontlash and Bark 199. And speaking of flaming, who do y'all think wins this? A
Dude,
plus segue. Nice job, Jirachi.
dude, I'm 100% for it. I'm gonna have to give it to the side of Paw Patrol. I think that like in my experience, I'm a support main, seeing a lot of like playing against a lot of Jinx, and it's just like it's so hard to combat like when she starts to scale up. It's so hard to combat that. Like the best thing you can do, and even sometimes it's not enough, is just go ahead and build yourself a thorn mail. Even then, it's not going to be perfect because she just like shreds through everything and it doesn't matter. So Jinx,
I'm
I think, is the win condition if they can get Jinx snowballing, or they can just make sure that Jinx stays alive long enough to do enough damage because like she's such a high DPS champion. What
I'm
about you, Penguin?
I'm gonna say DBP and leave it at that and mute myself so I can start actually doing streaming things. Y'all have fun.
Hey, thanks, homie.
Thanks. Okie dokie.
Yeah. So
Okay.
what are you thinking? What are you thinking, man?
Man, that's so hard to pick. Like, I want to give it just on paper to Paw Patrol. Like, they've got the Jinx, they've got kind of pretty good Wombo potential between the Maokai and Oriano. It's a Wombo. Thought you were muting yourself. Get out of here. But anyway, like, I will say if for whatever reason DBP gets ahead, I don't know if Paw Patrol can come back just because they have such big frontliners on DBP, and like if Ezreal could start putting out some nasty damage, a Jinx who falls behind can't really come back from that without some kind of like miraculous pick plays.
Yeah, and I think that's a good point to make. Is like Ezreal has been a super consistent champion in terms of his damage output. And in the past couple of weeks, we've seen Fudgy like play Ezreal pretty consistently, just because like it's a safe pick. You have escape. You can output a lot of damage. So it's really cool to see. Like it's really cool in my opinion to keep seeing like picks people are comfortable on, and it's like go to your comfort pick, go to your pocket pick, and it makes the game a lot more like okay, you know how they're gonna play. So if I don't know if this is allowed, and if our lovely host Jirachi is there, please correct me. If you can watch VODs from other games, like you know how certain people are gonna play, like just keep an eye on how that person plays, and you can watch them.
Yeah.
You wanna sync up at 10 seconds, everyone? Sweet deal. But yeah, we are in game. So 5.
Wait, I can't see anything. What
What do you mean?
on earth? Like, I don't see any of my HUD at all.
Did you go to interface? That's unfortunate. You can't see anything at all. Try pressing tab. Tab do anything for you?
Well, I've never had this problem before in Spectate, where I literally just have nothing.
Well, how should we approach
So
this?
I don't even know what time I'm at in the game.
Yikes.
I mean, what you can sort that out, and I can just take over play by play
Yeah,
for a hot
go
second.
for it.
Okay.
I will figure this out.
Matt, yeah, let's go. 3, 2, 1, go. And
Dude,
we're off.
I'm gonna be honest. First thing I see is front lash flashing his poppy emote.
Yep.
It's gonna be a good game. It's gonna be a good game.
Well, we've got a bit of an invade getting set up for DBP, or they're gonna just stack in this bush right now.
Dude.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
What's weird to me is like usually you see the contest in the early game in the small river brush right there, at least in lower elos. We're playing with some smart people. They got some big brains, so maybe they know that hey, this is where maybe they're setting up. So we're gonna play a little bit back and see if they try and push for something. They're gonna try and push for blue buff, and then it's just they get wrecked. So, but yeah, it looks like the side of Paw Patrol is playing incredibly safe. They're just gonna sit on their red buff. Go ahead and get this Injar going early.
Oh, yeah, watch for the pretty much just counter invade. Blitzcrank likes to invade. They know that. Okay, we're gonna just stack in the bush, make sure they can't pull shenanigans, but no shenanigans to be had. So they're just
Dude, there's always shenanigans to be had.
Yeah, it's PMA LCS. What are you talking about?
Dude, PMA LCS, anything is possible. Thresh jungle? Thresh jungle question mark?
No, absolutely not. If anyone plays Thresh jungle and I'm casting, I will actually flame them, even though I'm definitely not supposed to, but I still will.
Yikes, dude.
Big
Noted.
Yikes.
Noted. So if anyone is watching this and is in the league, just make sure Jirachi and cast in your game and just go ahead and play Thresh jungle. I promise, if I'm
Yeah, please
casting,
don't
I
do
will
that.
fully support you.
Hey guys, I finally figured it out. Let me know when you get to 3 minutes.
Oh, geez.
Oh
Okay.
wow. Okay.
Where are you guys
We're
at right
This is
now?
50
we're at
seconds.
210.
Okay, let me know when you get to 2:30.
Oh, okay, we can do that. Yeah. Looks like there's some. Ooh, looks like there's some early trading going
220.
on in mid lane.
I'll just count down.
24,
25,
25,
26.
230.
Whoop whoop. All right, I'm back. We here.
Yay.
Okay, bye.
Thank you, much appreciated. Everyone in the chat, please give our boy Jirachi a hand. Doing a real good job with everything. See what you mean. All right, give our man for that. But yeah, just we're looking at some, you know, a really steady early game. A lot of just trying to. It's really too early to see anything, but there's been some attempts at engage and a lot of early trades kind of going on between mid lane and top lane. A couple missed hooks bot lane, so it's just a normal game of League of Legends. We're gonna
Just
go
a
through
normal
laning.
game of League of Legends.
Dude, just a normal game with our thresh with the thresh jungle. I mean, no.
I want to say I'm pretty surprised that I didn't see Violet Sociocat take Ignite into the Swain.
That is a good point. She took
Like-
teleport.
Yeah, you don't want that Swain to get fed or anything. I understand like wanting to match teleports, but having Ignite is so useful in that heal back so much health ultimate.
Yeah, I agree. You know, even if not Ignite, maybe running something like that they could have Poppy. And they have a lot of CC on their team with the Thresh. Swain. I personally like Cleanse as a mid lane summoner spell. It's pretty safe. And especially into if the Swain pours you and then ults, like just cleanse out of that and don't deal with it. But something that I want to note is we see Scion in the top lane opting for the Biscuit. God, what's it called? The Biscuit secondary, which is going to definitely help with his sustain in lane and allow him to optimize his first item a little bit differently. We see StarCraft taking to left and coast, and I think he's already used his charges. Whereas we see Symphonian, he has his Biscuit and he still has his pot. So
Yeah,
he's in a much better state.
Symphonian's going to be up there smacking away for a long time.
Dude, welcome to the wet noodle battle of top lane.
Wet
It's
noodle battle.
time. Ooh, alright, engage with StarCraft. Just a
As
little
director
bit.
camera decides there's more action going on mid lane. Thanks,
Yeah,
director.
and then bot lane, and then back to top lane.
Poppy is rolling down into the Orianna.
there we go.
Looks like she will get a hit. A pull from Swain, a flash coming out from Orianna just to get to safety. So expect to see the Poppy staying around the mid lane with a flash down 5 minutes.
Yeah, now we look bot side. We see Bark on 9-9 kind of walking in towards the brush. Doesn't know that it's warded, but it's just sitting there backing. I think that was them saying, hey, you know, we know he's there. Let's not try and force anything in bot lane.
Looks like Maokai is opting not to teleport back into lane. He's going to make the walk. He's got a wave in a pretty good position. Interested to see if the Scion will TP. It looks like he's going to walk as well.
Yeah,
So
Scion.
TP's being saved all around.
Yeah, I think the only summoner we've seen burn so far was the Orianna's flash. So that's really good that they're being more conservative about how they play.
And Ali is running a little low on mana here. So Guy Fury will probably keep pushing this wave in, I assume. Perhaps he doesn't know where the jungle is and he's a little scared. Because an Orianna low on mana, you think you just want to shove the wave as hard as you can in hard and make it near impossible to yes.
Yeah, and then back. It actually looks like Frontlash is trying to pull something back. Or at least looking towards that, maybe setting up for that Mountain Drake. Mountain Drake is so, in my opinion, we always talk about. Ooh, ult mid lane.
Oh, nice ultimate coming out, but Guy Fieri is able to flash away and stay alive once again. I think if they had Ignite there, maybe a chance to kill through the pot, through the ultimate. But, you know, both flashes now down from mid lane, so you might see junglers both trying to play around that area. Keeping vision in the jungle and on each jungler is going to be huge.
Yeah, and I think a lot of what this game is going to come down to, and I say this a lot, especially, I say this as a bot laner because I don't necessarily like when I play with, well, it depends on who I play with. Usually when I play with certain people, I don't like having my jungle interfere. But in games like this, you really need to know where the jungle pressure is going to be, and like there are certain lanes where you're just able to just free farm and the game will go fine. But in this game, knowing where the Poppy and Xin Zhao are in order to kind of combat the overextending even worse than it could already be, is going to be really crucial, because if that Poppy lands a good E-com, like a good E into wall followed by Q followed by ult knockup, it's going to be really dangerous and you're just going to be CC'd for days.
So right here, the bot lane for Paw Patrol does not know where the Poppy is. They knew that Poppy was at blue, but beyond that, they're not really sure, so they're kind of playing back. At this point, I guess they can assume that the Poppy has left.
Good.
Oh, nice hook coming out.
Oh
My god, how did that connect? What on earth? Opie able to flash away, Ignite coming out from Thresh, Ignite coming out from Blitzcrank as well, but man, that Thresh hook with the last pixel. Ult coming out, and ooh, that was a heal save. Wow, nice reaction coming out from Opie to save his life.
yeah, very last. Oh
Wow, that was an aggressive E coming from Ezreal.
yeah, this Ezreal's just going to try and shove tower. He's get plating because his we all know his W stacks on towers. It's just when he starts going, man, that just does so much.
So, just being 8 minutes in, I'm actually going to give Edge to the side of DBP. Just looking at how aggressive Pudgy is on Ezreal, he seems comfortable. He's already got a tier stacking. And if he can remain this confident, kind of control the lane, not allow Jinx to get ahead in any way, shape, or form, then they can really start to take control of this game. We don't see anyone really feeding on the side of DBP, which means they can all just kind of scale into the late game and be a huge, ginormous front line.
Getting top lane.
Yeah. Oh, and the action is bottom as well. I think the Thresh will go down here. Jinx can get her passive off. No, the Thresh will flash away. Rocket misses. Heads into no man's land.
Yeah, something. I mean, oof. Yeah, Scions are taking low top lane. Nothing. It was. I think both of these is kind of the return pressure that you had mentioned. Like, dang, we're noticing that these champions they're very comfortable and they're playing very aggressive. Let's respond with our aggression of our own. See a TP in from Symphonian back to top lane. Some advantage over to StarCraft.
I would like to see Barkland come into mid lane here. Orianna has a blue buff. She has her flashback, and Guy Fieri's flash is still down. As Blitz does manage to get the hook, that should be a kill onto the Thresh. Oh, but a very nice Ezreal coming out. Oh, nice! Poppy stunned into the wall. And although First Blood does go over to the side of Paw, there's a double kill coming out for the Ezreal.
Yeah, really clean execution there by Frontlash, knowing how his team was going to interact. It started off with a really good looking hook from Gert trying to intercept, but as he pulled him, the Thresh hook was already in direction to hit the Jinx, so there wasn't anything he could really do about that.
I am sure that Paw Patrol is kind of talking right now about how they can't allow Poppy to walk through their jungle in that direction and not be seen, because Poppy came out of nowhere and they did not expect it whatsoever.
Yeah, and when you don't see that happen, like you just don't. When you're kind of, I don't want to say, I guess blindsided is the correct word. When you're blindsided, just not knowing anything, and you just come in, Poppy stuns you up. That's a double kill on Ezreal. Ezreal picks up the mana immune and the phage.
Yeah,
that's huge for him. He's already been stacking tier. We see Jinx with a good amount of damage in the BF sword and pickaxe. But it's just not enough to match what the Ezreal is going to be doing once he gets his first tier stack item, and then he can just go ahead and stack Archangel's staff.
Yep. I'm happy to see the Ezreal going for the Triforce here, because they absolutely need the damage.
Oh yeah.
Definitely going to get it more out of Triforce than he is from an Iceborne.
Mm-hmm.
So, and like honestly, if that Ezreal continues to be fed the rest of the game, you can almost like two-shot the Jinx. If you get a WEQ into Jinx, can basically take her down from 100 to 0.
Oh yeah, we'll get to see the one-shot compilations.
We do have a gank being set up bot lane by the Xin Zhao. Don't know if they smell this down here. Orianna's roaming as well. They do notice this. Maybe able to collapse here. As 4v2 until Swain shows up. There's a flash, missed hook. Oh, it does land on the Blitzcrank. Nice Orianna ult. Thresh goes down. Jinx did not get a passive. Has not set yet. As Blitzcrank is also low. Barkley 99 going down. Blitzcrank super duper low. Everyone's low running on DBP. And unfortunately, OP still gets slowed. Front lash continues to go in. Hook misses Gert with like 20 HP. Manages to get out. That was a lot of stuff for only 2 kills, I think? Only 2 deaths or 1?
Well, I think it was 2 kills. Cause we saw. I'm losing.
Oh, I think yeah, it was Thresh and then Xin Zhao went down.
Yeah, I was trying to look at people's names and I was like thinking about it. I was like, people's names. But yeah, we see the looted Zeko picked up here from the Orianna, which is really good. It's kind of for like the start of like, hey, I'm gonna be able to be a little bit more sustained and be able to fight on my own.
Don't think any kind of contest is going to come out for this Dragons. It will go over to the side of DBP, and they are starting to slowly take control of this game. You know, getting kills onto their carry, taking objective, taking Dragon, and look at the vision they have around Dragon right now.
Yeah, that's
1, 2, 3, 4 standard wards, the 5th one just expired, and 2 pink wards. That'll win you games. That'll do it.
Yeah, absolutely. And something else, with the pickup of the Mount Drake, with them pulling towers faster, that only that's gonna stack with Ezreal W, and it's just like he's gonna be able to shred buildings. It's just gonna be ridiculous.
Yep.
I'm kind of looking forward to seeing how what Fudgy is gonna be able to do now. Because they've given him the starting, like the snowball to stand atop and start rolling metaphorically, because they funneled a lot of resources bot lane to kind of get him going. So let's see how well this pays off for them. Yeah, and if we look over at the gold, it's like a 1.3k gold differential between the two. That's absolutely huge on an Ezreal who has some of the most expensive items in the game. You know, we were talking about the Trinity Force. Mana Immune isn't cheap, neither is Archangel's Staff. So these more expensive items is good to get him kind of snowballing so he can be going. Looks like Paw Patrol spotted out trying to go ahead and get a cheeky Rift Herald off here.
They're still gonna fight over it. It's only got 3k health. The eyes open, down to 2k health. Like DP will secure it. Poppy's trying to finish it off. Oh my goodness. Oh, nice Orianna ult response. And one just does go down. Ally with Ignite on her. Gert puts Ignite on the Swain. Gert will go down. Smacking coming from all over the place. Brooklyn 99 finally gets his ult off, trying to get the Poppy, trying to get her down. But they will have to back off Paw Patrol. Oh, it was a beautiful flash and knock into the wall comes in. A pull on the Maokai as well. As DBP is just kind of running away with this early game.
Can we just get like a replay on that Poppy? And this is the reason you should ban Poppy. That was just clean. Like that's just clean as shit, dude. Like,
yeah, that was pretty beautiful.
Like just the perfect timing, just like instantaneous reaction time, no hesitation. 1-2.
Looks like top lane will go down here with the Rift Herald. They'll probably. Oh, let's say at full health, it didn't get the knock on, so they'll definitely be walking that into a second tower, I believe.
Yeah, and really all they have is Orianna to try and stop anymore. Nothing against Orianna, but Orianna can't really stop the. Well, she might be able to. Oh, getting caught out.
Diving and nice ult though coming out, kind of baiting. I don't know if Frontlash expected her ult to be back up. I think it had come off cooldown very recently. But a great response there from Sociocat, getting the bounty gold. Ooh, nice. Flash.
Oh, and there goes the Scion screen.
There goes Scion. I thought that was actually a pretty nice play coming out of the Maokai, but yeah, Symphonian able to get out.
Ooh, StarCraft going in deep here. Let me see bot lane tower go down.
Yeah, it's 2 towers, almost 3 for the side of DBP. Gold lead increasing now to about 4,000 as we start to kind of reach the mid game. People are going to start rotating into other lanes. It looks like priority is going to be put into mid lane. Get that last outer turret down on the side of PAW Patrol.
Yeah, and like we said, oh.
Flash, yeah. Just unfortunately, not quite enough damage to completely take down all the red buff is on. Chilling Smite will come down to help the slow. I still don't really have enough to take down a Maokai. Ezreal out. Nice hook on the Xin Zhao. That's a flash and a miss with the Blitzcrank. Jaundice does go down. Jinx trying to get damage out, trying to get her passive poplet. Is able to do so. That's Orianna unable to get her ult completely off. StarCraft zoned off to the side as well. He may have to flash out. I don't know. He doesn't have flash anymore. He's gone. Nice hook. Front lash will go down to tower. OP, you got your hyper. Let's go. Let's go. Fudge Eaters, that was a bold E into the tower. OP, my man, you are going to have to get off the rockets, get into your minigun. Try to get some more DPS down. There you go. Symphonian, tanky boy on the Scion. Fudge Eater with no health. Oh my goodness. I don't know about Ian in on 10 health right there, my man, but that was ballsy, and I appreciate it.
Dude, that's a bold play, but what's really more important is they got the gold onto the Jigs. That was, I think, a 700 gold checkdown, maybe 450.
Yeah, that was let me see, 650.
650. My bad. But yeah, that's like huge.
I wanted to say that like the one way that PAW Patrol will be able to kind of get back in this game, if they can get some of that shutdown gold, and you see now 700 on the Swain, 450 up on the Scion. If they can get some of that shutdown gold onto their carries, onto Orianna or onto Jinx, they'll be able to get back in this game without too much trouble. But as you can see, Jinx is unable to do the damage right now that she needs to do.
The biggest thing is lacking attacks. Did you see a Zeal pick up and getting tier 2 boots? Oh, Barclay 99 caught up there. Oof.
Barclay 9 quite behind right now. Does flash out of the way of that hook. Nice hook into tower. It's going to take a lot to get the Scion down. They're standing on the lantern. Orianna coming out. Symphonian is able to get the lantern and gets away.
That's a bold trade. I mean, taking down a frontline tank here, especially if you're getting shutdown gold, you wasted so much trying to get that. And to me, like you burned your flash on your Xin Zhao, trying to peel away. You burned a couple ultimates on. I mean, Blitz has a super short cooldown on his ultimate, super great. You burned Orianna ult, which could have been really good in the situation they're in right now. Trying to pull them all together and get a pick like that would have been super nice.
So I'm looking at gold leads right now. The biggest gold leads are in the mid lane and the jungle. There is a 1,300 gold lead. Oh my goodness, the damage coming out from Ezreal already. Blitzcrank is going to want to get out of there. Alley down to 0 health, no mana, can't really do anything, has to step back out. Malco at least backs the team off. And see OP kind of in a rough spot. We'll get the Scion to back off. But yeah, like I was saying, there's now 1,400 gold lead in the jungle and a 1,400 gold lead in the bot lane as well. So that's 2,800 of the 4,000 gold lead is in those two lanes.
Yeah, and that's just crazy. That just you get your lane so far ahead. Oh, there it is. Ooh,
StarCraft is a big boy. That hook just missed the Ezreal Scion. Unstoppable Force coming in. We'll start to be a tank, put damage on the back line. Ignite comes down on the front lash. Nice Orianna ult. Jinx does get a double kill with that rocket and will get excited as she goes down. This is where Jinx thrives, where she does her thing. Shut down onto the Scion, going on to Orianna. Triple kill now coming out for OP, who will be able to run away from Symphonian. That is going to get them back into this game. Nicely done.
Yeah, we see the gold lead cut down in mid lane and in top lane significantly, but we still see the jungle differential of, you know, that's about 1.3k, and in top lane that's about maybe 500-600.
That gold lead just went down from like 4,000 to just over 2,000 now, and they were able to get a tower out of it, thankfully. And get some vision control here as well on the way out. They do want to back here quickly and spend some of that gold so they can remain useful, but that
I think Jinx's pocket is huge. That's probably going to be at least a finished deal item and maybe something else.
Meanwhile, Ezreal is stacking that tier very well. I think he's probably close to being... Oh, no, he's not really close to being done on the second tier, but...
Yeah, he's working on Archangel. Oh,
that is a bold Baron call. I think they know that DBP is on this. Let's come on to Jinx as they will go for it. No one else follows with the Lantern, though. OB able to flash out. They did peel off the Baron as Barklin is kind of making sure they aren't able to do it, but if he dies, they might be able to turn around and just go for it again. Guy Fieri will finish him off as they're going to continue keeping the vision on. Doesn't look like they're going to keep going for it. They're doing the waltz, and they do go back onto the Baron. Opie does have heal and ultimate as the Ezreal comes out to scout him out, do a little extra damage. Maokai does not have ult for an engage, so it's going to be really hard to get into this pit past the Scion. As we see Baron down to 4k health, Jinx ult is down, and this will look like it goes over to the side of DBP.
Yeah, and that's huge. But something I want to go back to the first time that they tried to engage. Major shout outs to Gert. That was a really good disengage. You know, they got the hook on to onto Opie, and you immediately see Gert's reaction is to full knock of ult, which is the classic Blitzcrank combo. But just the execution of it was so, like, I don't want to say flawless, but it was so well timed to pretty much just to immediately peel everyone off of OP. It was just so well, so well done.
I agree. Jaundice, when he got that hook onto Opie, I guess he really expected someone to kind of follow him in to help kill, and no one did. He threw a lantern and followed the hook, and no one came with him. So I'm not sure if that was miscommunication or what happened. Still went in their favor, but...
Yeah, but we saw the Scion kind of sitting there. Oh, gold TP. Oh.
Gert flash ulting in. You see a lot of damage coming down. The Orianna ult does knock down two. Maokai ult running him down. We do need to get the Jinx hyper. There she goes. Might be able to kind of clean up this fight herself as she stays in position. As we see stopwatch coming out of Guy Fieri, who will take down Barklin 9-9. Obi, unfortunately, unable to get around the Swain in that fight once her passive popped. So couldn't kind of just keep going on the back. Fudge Jitters remained safe.
Yeah, the Rod of Ages is definitely a huge thing to note for the Swain. That's like a really, in my eyes, when you're building your mages like Swain, like...
Oh my goodness, a lockdown onto the OP. Oh my! W damage coming off of the Ezreal is huge.
Yeah.
That was a lot of lockdown for Scion. Nicely done.
That's just...
I want to give a shout out right now to Guy Fieri. On the Scion, you don't really see Swain. Swains don't necessarily make like big, humongous, flashy mechanical plays, but this man is 5-0-7. We do see him possibly getting caught out here, as I was just saying what a great job he's doing. A nice lantern to get him out to safety. Does have to blow flash, but stays alive. So I was saying he's got 13 kill participation out of 16 kills. He is. Oh, is that 12? Oh, I can't math today. 12 out of 16. Still. Yeah, no, he's doing just incredibly well. He's positioning himself in the team fights exactly where he needs to be, getting his ult onto as many people as possible, zoning the Jinx out. Like, overall just kind of helping his team do what they need to do. So shout out to Guy Fieri on that one.
Yeah, and something that I think we talked about this a little bit in the early game, or in the maybe in the pre-game, was the concept of
oh, that hook again onto Allie, as she does get an ult out onto 2 people. Opie trying to put the damage out, but it's just not enough, as Fudge is able to 2-shot, and that looks like a 2 for 3.
2 for 4.
Out of DBP, 2 for 4, excuse me, you're right. And they will take an inhibitor here, and they may be able to walk this down into some next turn. It is only StarCraft. No, they're gonna peel off for what? There's still 12 seconds on the Xinjiao, and they have a wave. I'm incredibly surprised they didn't push that into at least one turret.
I think what they're gonna do is they're gonna try for the slow stranglehold and just try and like slowly wrap their hands around like the next of the.
I mean, I guess I think that is a poor choice. You know, yes, they are ahead. What, it's 7,500 gold lead right now, but you're talking about a Jinx. You're talking about pick potential with the Blitzcrank. Talking about a lot of things that could go wrong.
Yeah, we see the Runaan's Hurricane completed for the Jinx, and that's another one of the major power spike items. But then again, we also see this Scion completing the Gargoyle Stoneplate. So Scion is going to be the biggest, beefiest meatball you've ever seen.
Beefy meatball. That is something.
Dude, that was my lunch today, was some beefy meatballs. And I was thinking like, man, this is a tasty Scion. No, but yeah, we see right now the 2 most valuable players in the game in terms of. Oh,
there's a hook on the Fudgy Bitters. Stopwatch, or sorry, Zhonya's does come down. As this is Gert will be smacked by the Ezreal. One more cube, nice. A passive shield does save him. Maokai getting knocked down as well. Guy Fieri is sitting pretty low in the back. Doesn't look like much else is going to come from this, as DBP will continue to look for this top tower. And as Guy Fieri backing off right now. Super minions are coming in. Maokai will start taking care of that. Barkland will try to get some of this vision out of his jungle.
Yeah, and nothing to the slight of Barkland. It's been a very rough game. I think when you give Frontline Poppy and you get the team comp that they have, it's very hard to kind of combat that as a Xinjiao. It's a rather unfortunate circumstance.
I kind of feel bad for this is Gert right now. He has been landing some really nice hooks.
Oh,
but
yeah.
Unfortunately, you look at their team, and there's only one person you would want to try and hook, and that's Fudgy. And even then, he has an E out. He's got flash. He's completely safe. Like, in a lot of ways, if you hook the wrong person, you know, if you hook Guy Fieri into a fight, Guy Fieri can ult Zhonya's and let his team come in for him and still be doing damage. So really a comp going against the Blitzcrank right now, unfortunately.
Oh yeah. There we see Ezreal pick up Seraph's Embrace. As a side note, we do see Poppy pick up the Thornmail, which is absolutely, you know, like I think we talked about this earlier. It's a really good pickup. Oh no!
Oh, I think that is the dead OP. Is able to flash away, but not enough heal, and they're just going to want to get out of here before they do too much else lost. I think DBP goes to the end here. They can just walk it down mid lane. They have a super in the mid. No, they're gonna go for Baron. Okay, low safe play.
Yeah, they want to. Like I said, I think they're gonna try and they're gonna play this much really safe. They're gonna go for the stranglehold. And there's just the icing on the cake. Oh, hold on.
Mark on 9-9. They do not have vision on him.
Go, Martin, go!
Here he goes. He did. Oh my fucking god! He actually stole that. What a monster!
Dude, I called it.
Wow. Well done, Barkland. See, this is why there was no reason in my mind like to go for that Baron. It was a 5v3. You had supers coming down the mid lane. You could have walked that down. You had a wave actually crashing into the top lane as well. You could have been knocking on the top inhibitor. Now you just kind of gave up the Baron and allowing PAW Patrol to possibly try and get back in this game. But yeah, well done, Barkland.
Yeah.
Ooh, very close to a steal with the Jinx ult there.
I'm gonna be honest. If they had stolen that, I would say there's a much better chance that they with that had they stolen that as well, they would have had a much better chance. While Baron is super powerful for them, I don't think it's gonna be able to stop the pressure that they have.
Well, you know, for at least for 3 minutes, it'll make sure that DBP can't just walk down the mid lane, because they can just kind of sit in their base. The inhibitor's back up now. They can try to get their Jinx more farm, try to get the Orianna more farm, get them a few more items. Orianna actually being a little ahead in CS right now. Obviously not as many kills as this. There used to be 8, 0, and 11. Guy Fieri, who has just been, like I said, I swear, in every fight, I don't even notice everything he does, and all of a sudden he just has all these kills and all these assists, because he's doing everything right.
You just you would happen. Just a quick side note, something that I kind of look at is vision score, and I as a support main, like super important to me. Just looking at the support, looking at how much more vision has been accrued by Jaundice is absolutely crazy. That's a whole, I think if I did my math right, that's 34 additional wards, or 34 additional ward score, which means he's been putting out more vision, which is great. Oh,
I don't know if you'll be able to 1v1 a Swain 2 levels above you. Even though Jinx is there, that's pretty dangerous. So, what's the play here? What do you like? Obviously, DBP still has an advantage, even though Baron's still going to be on the side of PAW Patrol for another minute or so. What's the play for DBP? What do they want to do? Do they stack 5 mid? Do they keep the Swain split?
I think a 4-1 is the best thing to do. Swain's very good at sustaining himself, especially with the ultimate.
Yeah, no one's answering right now. He does take a turret for free. They're going to 2-2-1 split in here. PAW Patrol is going to have to collapse on something, or else they will start losing inhibitors very quickly.
Yeah, and it's just a matter of confusion, and I think a lot of people that I play with have been in this situation saying, okay, and I do it myself, is like, okay, which target do we want to focus on? We know the priority targets in terms of value are going to be the Swain and Ezreal. Can we kill them? But they're split up, so they're with the Poppy, and the Swain's by himself. Okay, we should take the one, but if we go take the one, that leaves them to just shove in the other two. Is that really worth it? And it's just there's a lot of communication, decision making that goes on. We're kind of interested to hear what the chat has been like for both teams.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would imagine for PAW Patrol, it's been a lot of, stay calm, play safe, farm up. The later it goes, the better it is for them, really.
Mm-hmm.
As DBP's had an advantage for such a long part of the game. But really, one misstep, one good hook by Blitzcrank can really turn it over into the favor with Jinx in the backline. This next fight is going to be really, really interesting because everyone's summoners are up. Swain does have TP as he's pushing down the bot lane. Vision's kind of scattered. No one's really got vision control of either jungle right now.
Right. But what we do see is DBP and Poppy having control over the 2 objectives that are coming up pretty soon.
This is very true. So that's is that Infernal Drake again?
No, I think it should be Elder.
It
'cause
should be
it's-
Elder. Oh, the
It have like a stock dragon picture, kind of
Yeah.
kind of unfortunate.
I thought any dragon after like what was it 35 was supposed to be Elder.
Yeah, I think that's how it works. But even if they, looks like don't pay Poppy just been trying to win.
Yeah, look at no damage being done, and a hook is coming onto the swing there. He will have ult as, oh my goodness, the Orianna just gets deleted. I don't even think she was able to use her ultimate, and I think that CBB going to just run it down the mid lane. Should be able to hopefully end here, please. Please, and they're... Oh
They're
god,
thinking,
please.
They're thinking about going for Elder.
No,
Like that's probably going through their mind. Like, dude, we have 4.
there we go, guys. Yeah, just have the Scion. You got people that can tank the towers. Jinx will... Oh my goodness, almost goes down to the Poppy. Is able to get out. Might have a chance to come out here and just put damage. Has the Hurricane. Hook's still coming out from Gert. Jinx, you're going to have to get onto the back line. You're going to have to get away from the front line tanks. She can't get around them. They're still putting damage down on the Nexus. I think they're going to have enough, and they will. DBP coming out, finally able to get the Nexus down.
That was a really well played game from both teams. It's just a matter of we saw the snowball, like we said, funnel your resources, get the snowball, and then Guy Fieri ended up snowballing as well. So it's really tough to kind of combat 2 snowballs. It's just like, imagine if Nunu had 2 giant snowballs. How would you dodge both of them? Or would you?
So, I will say, yeah, really just powerful, clean play coming out from the side of DBP. I mean, they had such a massive front line. 4 of their champions, very, very tanky, and then just kind of fudgy jitters in the back on Ezreal with a lot of damage. Looking at the charts here, Ezreal definitely putting out the most damage. Swain coming in behind, but still by like 16,000 damage less. Before we talk about MVPs for Game 1, I want to mention that I think This Is Gert did incredibly well on Blitzcrank. I would actually like to see him on Blitzcrank.
Yeah.
The comps change up because his hooks really on point. They were hitting people, they were getting people in. They didn't have the damage to follow up any of his hooks.
Oh yeah, I absolutely agree with that.
Yeah,
giving him another.
I think StarCraft might do well on ADC though, because unfortunately OP just wasn't able to aggressively position himself well enough to get his damage out when he get out. That's something I know you said you were kind of afraid of at the game. Because StarCraft being just a little bit more comfortable on the roll. Still, I think Obi did really, really well. Did his job, sat in the back, and just put out rockets, put out as much damage as he could, trying not caught. Unfortunately, there still wasn't enough damage from him or the whole team around the huge line. Okay, so MVPs, the straw poll is out. For your MVP, I would put my money on Guy Fieri. Even though Fudgedator is doing so much more damage, Fieri was just there all the time. Any thoughts? Last thoughts before we cut the stream?
I'm gonna give MVP to Guy Fieri. Guys, please go vote. All these guys did well. We'll be back for Game 2.